Cancer. For you, slow and steady wins the race. And as frustrating as it may be, if you stay the course, the finish line is more than you could possibly ever expect. Want to know more? Keep watching and I'll explain all about it. What's up, everybody? It's your girl Mel of Divine Feminine Works, and as always, I hope that this video finds you well and in excellent spirits. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. This channel is everything tarot, astrology, spirituality, and manifestation. So if those are the things you like, if those are the things you love, if those are the things you want to learn more about, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, so you'll always be notified when I come out with new content. And speaking of content, head over to Instagram and follow me over there for some wonderful daily content on tarot, astrology, spirituality, and manifestation. All right, so typically I do a monthly video with astrology and tarot. It's a whole thing. It takes me like 2 weeks to do, but this month I was sort of guided to go in a different direction. And I don't know if this is going to be the format going forward or if this is just a one-off thing, but this month I was guided to do a timeless, sort of limitless message for each sign. I feel like right now we're in a time where there's a lot of energy shifts. There's a lot going on, and I feel like Spirit has a lot to say. So again, I was guided to do these timeless messages. So these can resonate today. They can resonate tomorrow. They can resonate a year from now. Whenever you're watching this, that is when it applies. All right. So hopefully you get something out of it and you enjoy. All right. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, Cancer. So this is going to be the timeless reading for you. So let's see what Spirit has to say. All right. So this is for Cancer. All right. First card out. Treasure Island. All right. Very good way to start. Next card out is Yang. Let's get one more. Oh, we got two more, but I'll take them. We've got Come to the Edge. And we've got Breathe. Almost every sign has gotten this card. So there's something about now, whatever now is for you, right? There's something about now that's requiring almost all of us to sort of just take a step back and breathe. Think before we act. I said that specifically for you, Cancer, because we've got Yang, which is the card of action. This is the card of masculine energy. So there's something about taking risk for you, okay? I want you to look at this card, Come to the Edge. Take a risk on love, perhaps. Take a risk with respect to money, because it's in taking that risk that's where you're going to find your abundance. Your abundance lies in taking some sort of risk. And it's definitely taking risk because, again, this is that masculine energy. This is that energy of being expressive, of being action-oriented, of being physical, maybe even. But do not take this risk strictly out of impulse. That's why this Breathe card is here. You need to think before you act. You need to meditate, pray, quiet your mind, commune with your higher self, talk to your ancestors, whatever you do. However you tap into source, that's what you need to do first before you do anything. Before you take any action, you need to connect with source first. But there's something about taking a risk. It's like going to the edge, almost going to the extreme in a sense. Okay, this is a 9. Some of you are being driven to the edge. I'm seeing it's like Imagine someone has been chasing you, right? And I'm not saying this because this is what's going to happen, or I'm not saying this because there's a negative connotation to this. I'm purely just giving whatever example Spirit is giving me right now. And I'm seeing someone chasing you, right? Like, you know, in an action movie where you're being chased and you make it just to the edge of the cliff, right? That's sort of the energy I'm getting. It's very risky. It's very, and by risky, I don't mean dangerous. Risky, it just means that it's really out of character for you, Cancer. So, Yang, right? Remember I said this is masculine energy. This is very expressive energy. You are being urged to come out of your shell right now, or put your shell aside. Because in doing so, that's how you're going to find your abundance. Whether this abundance is material, whether it's love. Like I see a whole bunch of hearts here. I see a whole bunch of hearts here too. And I see stars. Like for many of you, this has to do with love. This has to do with taking a chance on love, not being so guarded, not putting on that hard shell exterior that you guys are so famous for. But just letting it all out, letting it all hang out, being uncharacteristically you. But you need to tap into source in order to sort of figure out how to do that. Again, you don't want to do this impulsively. You don't want to just throw caution to the wind and, you know, be risky and do all like, no, you want to check in with source first. So pray, meditate, call in your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, whoever. But do that first before you take this risk. All right, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We've got all that glitters. Okay, so I'm getting the sense that, you know, the phrase, all that glitters is not gold. And if you don't tap in first, you're going to be susceptible to some things that aren't in your best interest. Meaning, like some of you are going to find fool's gold. Like what you see is not going to be necessarily what it is. And the only way to have that discernment is going to be if you allow yourself to be led by spirit, right? Because look at it this way. You're taking a risk. You're taking off your shell. You're being vulnerable. You're being openly vulnerable so that you can get the money, so that you can get the love, whatever it is that it is that you deem as being treasure. That's what this is about, right? And you don't want to be out there all vulnerable without your shell on, and then someone comes and cons you, or someone takes advantage of you, or someone is not who they portray themselves to be. You know, if you're putting yourself out there, you want to be protected. And the only way to do that is to, like I said before, tap in with spirit first. All right, let's get some more cards out here. Okay, we've got 1, 2. Get one up. We got 4. All right, I'll take it. First card out we have is King of Cups. This is you. And look at what this person is doing. They've got their little, you know, singing bowl. They're really in their emotions. They're meditating. All right. So what I'm getting is that you guys are going to have a little bit of a hermit mode. Okay. And in that hermit mode, that's when you're going to connect with spirit, and spirit is sort of going to give you your marching orders. This is how you're going to approach this situation. These are the sort of risks and sort of the activities that are out of character for you that you're going to do. So you really need to, before you break out of your shell, you really need to get in there, and you really need to meditate. You really need to, like I said, connect with source. All right. Then we have 3 of Pentacles. Along the way, you are going to find assistance. You are going to find people to help you. There are going to be people that are going to help you build this treasure or find this treasure. And that's why it's really important that you connect with source, because like I said before, all that glitters is not gold. You're going to have to spend some time observing first. Look before you leap, Cancer. Because like I said, there are going to be people to help you. There are going to be people to help you, but you don't want the wrong people helping you. You don't want the wrong people taking advantage of you, especially when you're breaking out of your shell and you're in a very vulnerable state. Okay. Next, we have, 10 of Cups, complete emotional fulfillment. So for some of you, this has to do with a relationship. This is often denoted as the marriage card. So for some of you, this uncharacteristic behavior that spirit is asking you to do right now, it's going to lead you to this. It's going to lead you to your happily ever after. It's going to lead you to your partner, your person. But you got to break out of your shell and be a little uncharacteristic in what you do. All right. And then we've got the 9 of Cups. Okay. So this is whatever this treasure is, it's something that you really want. Not only is it going to keep you emotionally fulfilled, but it's like your heart's truest desire. But again, it's going to require that you step outside of yourself and you step outside of your shell. All right. What do we have at the bottom of the deck? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. And this lets me know that whatever it is that Spirit is calling you to do, whatever uncharacteristic behaviors or actions that you have to take, you're going to take it in a very slow and steady way. So all of this is not going to come to fruition in the blink of an eye. This is something that's going to take some time to develop, because first you have that sort of hermit stage where you're communing with Spirit, communing with your ancestors. You're sort of getting things prepared. You're getting your marching orders, right? And then you have the second stage, which is about action, which is about taking action, which is, again, going to be something that's very uncharacteristic for you, but it's going to be slow and steady. So don't get discouraged. Don't get impatient, because what's waiting at the end is your heart's truest desire. I can't even stress that enough. It's your heart's truest desire. So it has to be slow and steady so that you can actually, so that it's stable, so that you can hold on to it. You don't want something that's like a flash in the pan, fly by night shit, and you have it 1 minute and you don't have it the next. You're building something that's very valuable, that's very worthwhile, but it's slow and steady. Remember, slow and steady wins the race. All right, let's get some more cards out here. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3. Perfect. First card out we have is Mature Woman. All right, so remember I said there are going to be some people along the way to help you. There may be a mature woman that is here to give you assistance. You may be the mature woman, or you may want to be involved with a mature woman. Some of you are going to be required to become more emotionally mature, really understand your feelings and emotions better and process them better. That may be what's uncharacteristic for you. Some of you, I get the sense that some of you may be led by your emotions, and so you don't know how to control them. You just go wherever your emotions go. And Spirit is like, no, I need you to understand what these emotions are, where they stem from, and process them. Okay? Then we've got thoughts, okay? So this is letting me know that there is going to be a certain amount of rationalization that you're going to have to do, which also may be uncharacteristic for you, because again, I keep getting this message that some of you are just led by your emotions. You're very moody, you're very intuitive, which is great, but there's a little bit of logic that you're going to need here. And there's a little bit of logic that you're going to need to rely on in moving forward to get to this treasure that you really want. And that is your heart's truest desire. Okay. So some of you need to step out of your intuition and step into your logical mind. Okay. And then we have pathway. This is letting me know that you guys, like I said before, it's slow and steady wins the race, and you just got to keep going. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's going to be beautiful, but it's going to require you to be on this path for a little while, and you need to have the stamina, particularly the mental stamina, in order to keep going. The mental endurance to keep going, because again, it's slow and steady, but once you reach your destination, once you reach that treasure that you so desperately want, and that is your heart's truest desire, the time that you spent on the path will have become irrelevant at that point, but you got to keep going. Okay. Let's see what's at the bottom of this deck. All right. We've got bad health. All right. For some of you, it's like your emotional state hasn't been the best lately. Some of you may have been very emotionally unstable. And that is why it's super important that you guys ground yourself in Spirit first, while you breathe and you take that time to meditate and commune with Spirit first, because Spirit is going to help you on this pathway. Okay, Spirit's going to tell you what to do. Spirit is going to sort of get you out of that emotionally bad state and get you logically thinking. That's why it's so important that you tap in with spirit first. But know that this is coming to an end. Whatever you've been feeling, maybe even some negative thoughts that you've been having, it's coming to an end, and you're going to be put on a path that's going to lead you exactly where you need to go and where you want to be. And when you in a place where you have the things that are your heart's truest desire. Okay, let's close out this reading with one last card from the Love Oracle. Okay, we've got communication. Okay, this is spirit directly communicating with you. Listen to the messages. That's why you need to do that meditation. That's why you need to really tap into spirit first, because there's a lot that spirit has to say about this, but you're not going to hear it if you're stuck in this emotionally bad place, or if you're stuck in your emotions. You need to kind of get out from that for a bit and listen to what spirit has to say, because again, you're on the path to exactly what it is that you want. You just have to be patient. You have to be receptive to the messages that spirit has for you. And you have to have endurance, because again, slow and steady wins the race. But the finish line is much more than you could ever possibly imagine. All right, my loves, that has been your timeless message. I sincerely hope and affirm that you were able to get at least one important piece of information from this reading. Speaking of readings, if you'd like to book a personal reading with me or order an astrology report, those links are in the description box below. Also in the description box below is the link to my website. Head over there so you can check out everything you need to know about astrology, shop on my online shop, and get some really great information. As always, it is a privilege and an honor to read for you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.